double singles for 5 straight days. So.
Chip, I know you don't know too much until, of course, you start hitting a little bit. Could you talk a little bit about the center position and what those guys are doing?
Honestly, Gary, not being I don't know. And really, especially with the line, it's so difficult until you put the pads on. Both our offensive and defensive line have done a great job of cooperating without the pads, but tomorrow will be a different deal. And, you see running backs breaking runs, but it's because they would have been tackled at the limit, but those guys pulled off of it. So I really don't know. There's 3 guys competing for it, and it'll be interesting to see how it shakes itself up. But you'll find a lot when we put the pads on, so we'll start to get a better idea, obviously tomorrow on the whole thing, because it's such a physical position. I'm happy with the way they're sold now, but it's also different. You can snap the ball and put it on target because you're not going to get hit. Now tomorrow they're going to get hit, so we'll see what that's like. So.
Has Michael done enough in the last couple of days to count those as practices that he?
Yeah, because he's been here every day, so he's just been in and out because of class, and I think he's done now. So from what I understand, same with Kenya. So all those guys are good.
Big shoes to fill at receiver. What are you hoping for from that team?
LT has stepped up. He's really the leader of that group. He's the only real wily veteran. Obviously, Huff played a little bit, and Hoffman played a little bit, but there's still spot players out there. So LT can play inside, he can play outside. He's doing a great job of showing the guys how to practice. He does everything. He catches the ball, he blocks. You can count on him to do everything, and he's got such great range when you throw the ball to him because he's such a big target at 6'5". So he had a really good spring for us, and he's had another good couple of days out here. And it's really just showing those younger guys who we can bring along. And that's going to be a real interesting thing. Who are the other guys that go along with him and Hoff to be able to fill out that roster? Because we're all going to play at least 6. So.
Is it going to maybe take days in pads to really start developing tight end?
Same thing. This is the tough part. And these are NCAA rules, and we'll always go through them because you can't be in pads. But I've seen a ton of guys shine without pads on, and then all of a sudden when pads come on, guys you didn't notice all of a sudden step up, and then guys you had noticed don't step up. So, the next couple of days will be telling as we get into next week. That'll start to give you an idea where we're going to be. And there's question marks as a second tight end. There's question marks at receiver. There's question marks at center. There's a lot of questions for us to get answered, and we got to get it done in a short amount of time because we want to solidify really what our lineup's going to be as we get into that week preparing for the LSU game. So we run more reps than anybody in college football. So we got a ton of reps out there. Everybody's running in, running out. So we're upwards to 150, 160 reps. So there's enough to manage. I don't think there's any kid that's walking off the field today saying, "Hey, I'm not getting a lot of reps." And I don't care if you're a freshman that just showed up here, or you're a fifth-year senior, or you're Kiko, or you're Cliff. They're all playing right now.
D'Anthony Thomas, I think a lot of the fans, he looks good to me out there. What does he look like to you out there? Are people getting ahead of themselves?
Looks like a freshman that's been here for 3 days. So that's exactly what he looks like.
Yeah, are you excited about him?
I'm excited about everybody in the program, just as I'm excited about this interview.
What's the biggest challenge for the guys who've only been here for 3 days?
It's just figuring everything out. That breakfast actually starts at 7 every day, and where they're going and how long it takes to get from the dorm over to here, and everything's new for them. So the new day, it's and it's tough because every day we insert something new, offensively or defensively. So they get 1 day at it, and then they go out and practice it, and then they think they got it, but then we're putting something else in. So every day's a new day for those guys. It's not a cyclical thing. It's just, I think for most of those guys, what we're trying to do is just get them into a habit of, this is when we're here every day, this is when we have meetings, this is what our structure is, this is when you're going home, now you got to go to bed because you got to get up, and we want our kids to develop a rhythm and get into a habit about what's going on. So.
Looks like you picked up the pace a little bit today, did you?
I'll know when we get inside, but I think it's been pretty consistent in terms of where we've been. So we're averaging about 3 plays a minute in everything we're doing. So we're at a pretty good clip right now, and we got the numbers to do it. We did that a little bit in the spring, and then we started to back off. So instead of 12-minute periods, we went to 9-minute periods because I don't want to slow down how we played, but you got to be cognizant that we can't run these guys in and around. But we do have 15 wideouts. Where in the spring you had 8 wideouts. So. Everybody's making their reps count. That's why everybody's getting a ton of reps right now. But as we get closer towards LSU, then we'll start to change a couple of things. But for us, it's how much film can we get, and then that's really what we teach off when we watch it when we sit down with them.